The Youth Employment Service is a private sector initiative launched in 2018 with the support of the South African government. Private sector firms create one-year work opportunities for young men and women looking to get on the work ladder. And while an impactful initiative, so much more needs to be done to address the serious problem of youth unemployment, which stands at over 60%.
The unemployment data informs us, whilst yes, maybe scoring significant wins with 157,000 one-year paid youth placements in businesses since 2018, as Ravi has briefed us fully, and of which an impressive 45% are absorbed into full-time jobs with their companies, our beloved country is frankly losing its war on unemployment.
Coleman lamented that the country's economic growth prospects were pegged at below 2% over the medium term, adding that this was insufficient to materially dent the country's high unemployment rate, especially that of the youth.
It is clear that we need a pivot in economic strategy to achieve a quantum leap in our economic growth prospects and the creation of jobs. At the heart of our past economic challenges lies the crippling effects, yes, of state capture across state institutions, called out famously by Pravin Gordhan, the late minister, who we miss very much, saying, "Join the dots." Tight monetary conditions, albeit very well managed by the South African Reserve Bank, and tight-fisted fiscal policy of the National Treasury, whose toolkit centers on cutting public spending. The effect has been to choke the South African economy, causing it to be caught in a multi-year economic growth trap of around 1%.
Over and above public-private partnership strategies between government and the private sector, in order to help catalyse economic growth, Coleman suggested that National Treasury needs to prioritise budget expenditure by using the zero-based budgeting approach, and that it needed to revisit its budget allocation with more focus on productive investment, like boosting industrial development and supporting SMEs, rather than on consumptive expenditure.
Businesses and infrastructure. The 2004 national budget allocated 2.4 trillion rand, and we need to reprioritise how we are spending that money. This reprioritization may result in less spending in some areas and more in others, where fiscal and social multipliers are highest. For example, investing in SARS to drive tax revenue, the National Prosecuting Authority to prosecute corruption, social grants, public investment in infrastructure, grants for micro-enterprises, etc. But we must cut back on wasteful, corrupt and irregular expenditure and introduce performance management to extract bang for buck from spending.
Coleman said that investment conferences and overseas roadshows did not, in and of themselves, translate to foreign direct investment, adding that the creation of the right policies to entice investment was critical to attract FDI, and added that the country should go out of its way to court the interest of multinational companies, among others, to come and invest in South Africa, creating manufacturing capacity and jobs. Nompumelelo Siziba, SABC News, Johannesburg.